Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Avernum, Escape from the Pit, which is a remake of the original Avernum, which in turn was a remake of the Exile series, all by the same developer, just in case you're not familiar with this series. I've also, as you were probably aware, maybe, I've already played the entire more recent Avernum trilogy by Spiderweb Software, and I've also played but not Let's Played, Nethergate Resurrection. I also played a significant portion of this game years ago, but it is, for all intents and purposes, going to be a blind playthrough. I hardly remember anything, especially no specifics. So, yeah, even though Steam claimed I had played over 50 hours of it, I doubt it. There was probably a lot of downtime that went into that calculation, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start completely over and jump into a new game. Right. So unlike the Avernum series, you actually create a full party here. That much I remember, and a full party being 4 people in this case. Okay, welcome to Avernum. Avernum is a fantasy role-playing game. Yep. You will control a band of wandering adventurers, meeting strange people, fighting monsters, and trying to survive. Select the sort of characters you would like to play. If you're unsure, just take the party that's already been created for you. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. New character type. Okay. So, for my main character, what do I want to be? A soldier, berserker, priest, sorcerer, rogue, archer, rebel. It's a rebel. Some people dare to rebel against the Empire. They have to be good at everything if they want to survive. Though they don't have the freedom to excel at one thing, a rebel tends to have some skill with weapons, traps, and lore. Honestly, I'd rather have people focus on one thing. And I kind of like rogues. I like playing as a rogue because I like picking locks and, you know, not being locked out of anything. And I also kind of like the more agile playstyle. I mean, in a turn-based game like this, it's not really going to play much of a role beyond flavor, but yeah, nimble, good with swords, and able to handle locks and traps. They also tend to walk off with things they don't own. Yeah, I mean, I'm not typically going to play as much of a thief, although I don't mind taking things that are unguarded, or don't belong to anyone, or don't belong to anyone I care about. So I guess I'm a little bit of a rogue. So yeah, it seems only fitting. I mean, only speaking strictly in-game terms here, of course. Right. Her name is going to be Tantuo, just because it's my usual alter ego, and I guess it looks like you don't really get to change anything else. Oh no, wait, never mind. You can switch your. Well, he's gonna be male, and I don't want to look naked for the entire game, because I very much doubt this is gonna change by putting on armor. Well, this could be a mage or could be a thief. I kind of like the robe style though. Well, this is a ninja more than a rogue. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this looks like a rogue, but not necessarily the type I want to be. I guess I'm gonna go for this one. And then of course we want to have one strong frontline fighter. Let's see. Berserker, maybe? I mean, soldier seems like your typical fighter type. Military training on the surface, the best the Empire had to offer. They're very good with all sorts of weapons. Right, melee weapons, pole weapons especially, I guess. And +1 with bows. Berserkers are wild swordsmen from the remote areas of the Empire. Their wildness tends to get them dumped into Avernum. They're extremely hardy, and their sword skill is unmatched. Okay. I also get cave lore, which is going to help, considering that Avernum, spoilers, is the entire game world is a huge cave. I mean, the other option, I guess I don't really want a rebel, just because jacks of all trades tend to be not as great as more specialized characters. Hedge Wizard is live in the remote villages of the Empire, where they help the locals with their magical skills. The sort of character is good at magery and has a little bit of training in priest spells and first aid. Huh. So it's like, okay, that's like a mage priest hybrid. Priest? A priest of one of the faiths disapproved of by the Empire. They have excellent healing and protective skills, although they often end up having to use them in Avernum. Right. So... But it's not really like much of a paladin frontline fighter kind of priest, right? And I guess I'm gonna go with maybe a berserker. I don't know. Soldier sounds a bit boring. Maybe a berserker would be the safer option. But I can always give my berserker a shield, right? Now, do I want a female berserker? Maybe. I mean, I guess she could pass for a berserker. Although, I mean, honestly, she looks very poorly armored for a frontline fighter. Unfortunately. I'm not sure if we have any more fitting options here. Not really. I mean, the only other female fighter being her. Obviously, she's much more well armored. I guess she'll do. Okay, I'm gonna come up with a name later. And then we want... I guess we want some kind of spellcaster and some kind of priest, right? Or I could go with a hedge wizard and maybe a ranger. But maybe that... Or archer. Maybe that would give me a little bit... few magical options? I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of having an archer. Difficult. With only 4 characters? I mean, I definitely need a priest, right? Or a shaman for healing. I think they can heal. The priest of the back hills, a shaman isn't quite as good at spells as a priest, but makes up for it with weaponry and knowledge of healing. So, yeah, they don't get bow skill, though. I don't know. Pole weapons, thrown missiles, priest spells +2. Priest gets also priest spells +2. But intelligence +2. While shaman only gets +1. I don't know. Does it really make that much of a difference? Healing focus trait? Same as the priest. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the shaman just because it sounds more interesting. I don't know. Do I want a male shaman? What good options even are there? I mean, she looks like a priest, if I ever saw one. So does he, I guess? I don't really know. Which one of these is supposed to be the shaman type? It's a bit hard to tell. Maybe that guy I just passed by. Or maybe I'll just make her my shaman. And well, I guess the last type kind of needs to be a sorcerer. Or maybe a hedge wizard? No. It's gonna be a priest, full-on sorcerer, I mean. Yeah. Okay, so she's gonna be, or he is gonna be, or sorcerer? Guess I'm gonna go for a balanced gender group. So it's gonna be him. I mean, the options are sparse. I guess he could be a sorcerer. Yeah, I can see that. Alright. Now I have to come up with some names. That's the part that takes me the longest usually to figure out. So I'm gonna pause here and see you in a second. Okay, these are the names I've settled on. Casca and Tiamat being from 2 books I happen to be reading right now. And Gina is actually named after one of my World of Warcraft characters, although the female version. So, yeah, let's jump into the game. I'm gonna play on normal, as I usually do. With the way I play, like that is being very, very thorough, doing every single last side quest and exploring very thoroughly. I typically end up being, I don't know, a little bit overpowered compared to what a less thorough player might be. So toward the end, the game might be a little bit easier. But still, I don't know. I don't want to have to redo content too many times, which might happen on hard difficulty, just for my own entertainment, because I don't really like doing that. Or, I mean, that's not necessarily true. I can enjoy throwing myself at hard to overcome challenges, but I don't want to do that on camera, you know, for the sake of the Let's Play and keeping the pace moving forward. I'm gonna go with normal. Also, I don't have to prove anything to anyone, right? You are never going to see sunlight again. You will never breathe fresh air, or be warm and dry, or feel safe. This is your punishment. For your crimes, you are to be thrown into a magical portal and banished to Avernum, never to return. Your crime? Nothing as serious as you might think. Not murder, arson, or assault. No, your crime was against the Empire, ruled by the cruel Emperor Hawthorne. You spoke out against an unjust law, or you angered some minor official, or you may just have been a misfit. Maybe. Or maybe, being a rogue, I actually did something. The Empire controls the entire surface of the world. All 4 continents have completely submitted to its rule. Not fitting in is a crime in the Empire, so you are being exiled. You are being sent down to Avernum. Avernum is a series of caverns, far below the surface of the world. It is a dark subterranean prison, a place where exiles like you spend the rest of their lives, far from the light. What is it like there? Nobody on the surface knows. All they know is that it is dark and deadly. It is spoken of only in whispers, and only with fear. Some believe that there is no air, warmth, or food, and death comes with merciful speed. Others believe that there is enough sustenance to enable Avernites to endure a miserable, worm-like existence, until, of course, the monsters get you. And a few believe that Avernum is a paradise, a hard land of freedom, where one can at last be out from under the Empire's iron rule. People mad enough to believe Avernum is paradise soon end up there themselves. They don't really know what it is like. Nobody on the surface does, but soon you will. There is no appeal to the judge's decision. Early one morning, in a stone dome far out in the wastes, you are dragged in chains to the shimmering portal. You breathe clean, fresh air one last time. Your shackles are removed. Then they throw you in. And here we are. Okay. Welcome to Avernum. These caverns are a tutorial to help you to get started. First, you need to learn how to move around. Click on a spot on the ground to walk there. Right. Okay. I click and special encounter. Slowly, your eyes adjust to the dim light. Happily, there is light. The ceiling of the cavern is covered with scattered patches of fungus that glows with a faint green luminescence. But you are alone. Well, I mean, the 4 of us. It is cold, damp, and deathly still. All you hear are the echoes of dripping water in the shadows. The loneliness makes the feeling of claustrophobia more powerful. For a moment, you can sense the countless tons of stone above you, ready to, at any moment, crush you into nothingness. You concentrate and overcome the growing terror. There must be someone down here. You'll just have to explore and find them. Oh, there are people down here. That much I remember. Okay, so, unlike the more recent Abaddon games, there is an option to disable walking animations, which makes movement so much quicker. Oh, okay, that's how it works. You can also move with the arrow keys. Unfortunately, not the WSAD keys, which I mean, I guess I could play the entire game with just keyboard controls. I think it should be possible with using all the available shortcuts, but I'm going to use the mouse, I guess. Special encounter. Much to your great relief, you finally find signs of human occupation. The gallery to the west is blocked by a wall, rough stone blocks held together by crumbling mortar. It looks like it has been here for years, abandoned and decaying, but it is something. Less reassuring is the pile of bones between you and the wall. They look like they came from a small humanoid, perhaps a goblin. They too have been here for a while. On the floor near them, someone discarded a crude cloak, scraps of leather roughly stitched together. On the surface you would have ignored the disgusting thing. Down here, with the cold seeping into your bones, you decide that you would be better off wearing it. Thanks for giving me that hint. So, wait, what? Oh, okay, so I select the character, but I don't... Yeah, okay. Press G to get. How do you open inventory with the shortcut I? Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Right, and we do see items on the ground if we are close enough. We do come equipped with leather armor, though. It's good to know, and a crude dagger. And it seems like that's independent of class, unfortunately. We also come with a healing potion. It's good to know. We can quick slot these, right? Oh, wait. Never mind. That's... Oh, yeah, okay. Actually, it still works like this. Right. I also hope the sound effects aren't too loud. They're kind of loud. I did turn down the entire game volume. Also, oh, junk bag. Okay, you open it like this. Although there must be a shortcut for it, not J. B? No? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Because I'm going to use the mouse, at least for now. G, and that... Oh, because we still had that character equipped. Selected. Whatever. Okay. That gives us 2% extra armor. Right. Oh, this... Oh, 10% armor and 2% to chance to evade attacks. Right. Also, well, we can open inventory like this. We can also open our statistics like this. Where... I don't know if it... What? Oh. Oh, right. We have these little illustrations here. Kind of cute. Well, I mean... yeah, I mean, it's still kind of cute for someone being stabbed through the chest. Anyway, interestingly, it doesn't seem to really tell us their class anywhere. And the different skill trees pretty much look the same. Except we start with different attributes. So maybe it's really just a matter of class determining starting attributes and skills. Or talents or whatever. The cloak is crude and dirty, but it is warm. You suspect that everything in the underworld is going to be crude and dirty, so you'd better start getting used to it. Gotcha. Click on things to interact. On this side of the door, at last, you can hear people. You smell fresh smoke and hear the muttering of speech. You're too far away to make out what they're saying, but they are to the west. Keep moving west. If you want to switch back to the faster movement style of the previous Avernum games, you can change this in the settings window. Well, I already did that. Well, actually, since I'm not going to use the arrow keys to move around, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this actually. That means I will have to move my left hand between arrow keys and shortcuts, unless you can set keyboard shortcuts, but not for movement, probably. I know that was one thing I wished you could do in Avernum, but it wasn't possible. I mean, W and A are bound to something D as well. And S, actually, all of them are bound to something. Although, I could rebind them to something else, but the game does not allow me to rebind movement, so... RIP. Okay, well, doesn't matter. I managed to manage somehow in the Avernum game, so I will manage here. There are 3 people ahead, crouched around a dim, smoky fire of burning fungus. They're rolling dice, gambling over a handful of copper coins and leather garments they scavenged in these caves. Then their sharp ears detect you. They leap to their feet and spin to face you, drawing their blades. They are Nephilim, scrawny and hungry specimens, but dangerous nonetheless. Nephilim are a proud tribal race that once filled the wild plains of the surface. Then the Empire began to remove them, sending the few that surrendered into Avernum and killing the rest. This has left them with a vicious hatred of humanity. Even though you share a common enemy, they are still determined to take their revenge upon you. You're about to enter combat mode. Once battle has begun, click on an enemy to attack it. You will also get tips about spells and abilities you can use. Right. Well, I mean, we had no choice but to start as humans. Although there are other sentient races in the world. Except, apparently, Nephilim are completely banished from the surface world, so... Right. We can do this. We start with a well-aimed blow. I think everyone might start with that. I'm not sure if I can reach him. I can, but I missed. Okay. Yes, you also? I mean, I guess it makes sense for the fighter classes. We'll see if everyone starts with it. Okay, you didn't quite reach... Oh no, actually, spellcasters do start with something different. That's good to know. Okay, what do we want hotkeyed? I mean, right, we only, unfortunately, we only have 4 hotkeys. Unlike the most recent Abaddon game. That's one of the few benefits, not benefits, disadvantages, in fact, I can see with this being the older version of the engine. But I guess the faster-paced gameplay might make up for it. Anyway, minor heal, curing. I guess that's for poisons and stuff. Smite, protection. Well, I mean, right now we might as well hotkey all of them. Though curing might be the least immediately necessary to hotkey. Anyway, I mean, what exactly does Smite do? Calls down wrath upon one of your foes, inflicting a magical blow. Does this have a range? It does indeed. Okay, so that's an attack spell. Good to know. Right, I can use magic to use my foes. Right, I can also just click here and select the spell, of course. Press this button to select a bolt of fire. Use a spell energy. Spell energy is restored when you return to a friendly town. Oh, right. So that does not regenerate walking around. So it's basically like returning to an Abaddon pillar, whatever, in the Abaddon series, I think. Anyway, we can call Beast. Oh, interesting. So that's not the... I would have kind of expected the Shaman to have this kind of thing. Wait, this is a Shaman. No, this is not a Shaman. She's a Shaman. Okay, never mind. Yeah, actually, maybe I should have made him the Shaman, right? Because Tiamat... I mean, Tiamat is neither a sorcerer nor a Shaman. He's more like a scholar and not much of a fighter in the source material, but that's fine. Cloak of Curses... right, gives your group's attack chance, a chance of putting a random curse on your target. Okay, so I just activate this and it stays active forever, or just for the current combat? We'll see. Well, we attack this guy. Okay, that counted as a backstab because we were standing next to an enemy. Good to know. You can move away, but you probably can only move a single tile because you moved away from an enemy, right? Is that still how it works? Or rather, no, she can move, but she was down to one action point. Okay, never mind. I guess we're gonna use our points liberally here. Also going to quick slot these just for ease of use. Not sure if I really want to do a lot of beast calling. So, lasts until you return to town. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's... I mean, in that case, I really don't need it hotkeyed. In fact, I put it there, and that's not what I meant to do. Right-click it. Okay. Well, I'm still learning the interface. Sorry for screwing up. There we go. Yeah, also, I don't know. I still feel like sound effects are maybe a little bit loud, but... Okay, also, I think you press F to enter to exit combat mode, rather. Yes. So, what do we have? We have a bow. I guess I'm gonna give my bow to one of my... I mean, I guess having ranged options is always good for any character. Gonna give that to my spellcasters first, though, so they have a way to attack at a range. Yeah, unfortunately, I used a lot of Tiamat's magic already. We all start with these, right? So there is not much of a reason to take these except for selling them later. Well, guess I'm gonna give everything to my main character for now. I think as long as an item does not state a value, there is no point in picking it up, right? So that's the same as the old games. What? Oh, there we go. So for you, we'll switch over to this, right? Or does anyone actually come with a skill in bows? He does. Oh, and actually Tiamat does. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna give him the bow instead. Ultimately, I want both of them to have some skill in it, I guess. Just, again, so I can attack at a range without using spell points. What else? What else? Right, I wanted to change this. Days. There we go. Okay, cool. The 3 Nephilim have fallen. 3 senseless deaths. You suspect that they were just sent down here through the same portal you came through. Usually the Empire sends down the Nephilim through a different portal to a different part of these caves, but of course Empire soldiers don't really care what undesirable goes where. Of course, it's also possible that the underworld is controlled by Nephilim, and you will soon be swarmed and enslaved, or worse. Well, could be. Now that the battle is over, press the end combat button to go back to traveling as a group. Yeah, well, okay, I guess I'm a little bit ahead of you there, game. Ahead of the game, as it were. Okay, obviously I also want to make sure I explore every little bit of the map entirely. Speaking of which, oh, this is the world map, right? And we are here. Right, very close to Fort Avernum, in fact. Right, man, I remember almost nothing about this, even though I think in those 50-ish hours of playing, I managed to barely explore this part of the map here, maybe a third of the map. I mean, maybe, yeah. I certainly didn't explore everything in this part of the map either. I think I was just about to head over to this, where the castle is, but I never got there, so that's the extent of my exploration. And as I said, that was years ago, so as far as story and specific encounters goes, maybe I'll remember something once I get back to that. But, oh, alright, we got rats here. Of course. Can't go without rats. Did I? Oh, I did. I forgot to switch over to his bow. That's fine. These are only rats. Although they're surprisingly resilient. Okay, why don't you move away? You're not in range of enemies yet, so you can still move. And we do, in fact, still have this active. The rat is terrified, is also dead now. Okay, we got more rats. There's no restriction to using this, right? It only takes 3 turns to recover. So we might as well use this liberally. And it does work together with backstab. Interesting to know. I did not mean to walk. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember this being a little bit of a thing. Actually targeting enemies, at least when you're trying to also be quick. Being a little bit of a hassle sometimes. Oh well. Okay, also you switch weapons. Nope, you switch weapons like this with this. Thankfully, our enemies are pretty terrible. I mean, they're rats. What do you expect? Nothing on the ground. Wait, what? Oh, because this is actually a rat nest that you can interact with. Right. Flawed crystal can be sold. Belt gives a little bit of armor. I'm just gonna fully equip one character with a full set of equipment, I guess. Rock? I don't think you can throw them, can you? Maybe you can. Nope, you cannot. Okay, so no reason to pick up rocks as far as I can tell. Also, pressing tab. Okay, well, pressing tab does highlight characters, NPCs, sprites, I guess, but didn't look like the container was highlighted, so I guess I'll have to keep my eyes open for those. The cave to the north is divided by a deep pool of foul, stagnant water. There is There is a man standing on the other side of it, watching you, his sword drawn. Perhaps he can tell you how to get to safety, if there is anywhere safe down here. Yeah, I mean, or maybe he's just not attacking us because he can, thanks to the water. What? Okay, I tried to walk away. He talked to me. Lagran, or Lagran. There is a pool of foul, stagnant water dividing this cavern in half. On the other side of the morass, a human is staring at you. He has a dented bronze broadsword and a heavy leather jerkin. You relieve that seeing another human is not enough to keep you from noticing the coldness of his gaze, or how he seems to be sizing you up. He gives you a half bow and smirks. I, Lagran, welcome you to the underworld. And from the look of you, you are a warrior. Not the weaklings and malcontents we've had coming through so far. A warrior? I mean, you must be referring to Casca there. You're an Avernite? Are we the only people? Hardly. Greetings, I mean you no harm. I mean, we could try to be polite. But, I mean, I probably really don't like the way he's looking at me, but let's try to get some information out of him. Are we the only people here? No, there are a few others in the arrival caves. That's what the Avernites call these chambers, though they didn't control them as well as they should have. What do you mean? He points at something hanging around his neck. It's a key. These caves are where all the new human arrivals are supposed to end up. Then the Avernites, noble beings that they are, find you and bring you out and help you. But then I stole this key. I came down here and locked the gates behind me. Now you're all stuck down here with me and my helpers. Oh, okay, cool. So that means we'll have to kill you instead of just maybe want to kill you for that broadsword. Why did you come back down here? I mean, isn't it obvious? For wealth and weapons. For first pick up the goods the Empire sends down from time to time. And of course, for hostages. When we are ready, we will trade your lives for our escape, and we will seize our own part of these caves. He lets out a long, shrill laugh. Perhaps he is not entirely sane. Perhaps. Why are you doing this? You already explained it. Yeah, what do you think you will get from me? I mean, we really don't have much. Just intelligence. Now I know how many of you there are, and how you are armed. Now my servants will be prepared. He gives you one more little bow, lets out a harsh laugh, and turns to leave. Maybe he can join you, yeah. I will not answer to scum like you. He stops for a moment, then he nods. I expected that. You don't have the look of a weakling or a thug. I suspect you have something in common with the Avernites above. Too much. Avernites above? No, there is something I want from you. Prepare yourself. I will take it soon. He turns and walks quickly into the shadows. Huh? See? Talking about something specific. Hello, you're supposed to turn and leave? Oh, because the game is actually turn-based. Oh, interesting. I wasn't aware. So things only move when we move. That's definitely good to know. Right, you wanna do this. Okay, so now to make sure. No. Highlighting does not highlight containers. So did I miss something else? It was just a fire. No, I don't. Well, I mean, obviously there are containers over there. Also, I think since I'm using this, I don't want this auto center. Rather adjust camera manually. Yeah. Okay, we got more rats. And another nest. Yeah. Give me all the loot. Even if it's just shaggy leather. Nice. Okay, I guess you can do some of this. Nice. Nice, nice. Easy. Some bones. Yeah. Oh, a bronze short sword. Yes, please. Yeah, some of these sound effects though, they're loud. I guess I'm still going to give this to her, even though she doesn't have a skill in it. No thanks. I don't think I want that limb. I have my own limbs. You are not wearing a cap. Now you are. And it looks like he's now actually fully equipped. Well, I mean, minus whatever this is. Is this separate leg armor? Might be. And a ring. And a necklace, of course. And a ranged weapon. So, I mean, not quite fully equipped, but we also got this. So you really need to be pretty close to things to pick them up. Certainly something to keep in mind. Also, there might be... There will be switches on walls. In fact, I wouldn't put it beyond the game to actually already have a hidden switch in this very beginning area. Just checking one more time. I hope they kind of stand out and you don't actually have to mouse over every single bit in order to find them. They were pretty noticeable when you know what you were looking for in the Abaddon games, although they might have made it made them a little bit easier to spot for convenience. This stuff. This is a crude javelin. Well, I don't think they get... Oh, they have charges. Never mind. So they do get used up. Well, I mean, maybe she would be better with the spear, actually. It's possible. Nope. There we go. She does have a skill in thrown missiles. Right. Javelins are razor discs. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're limited supply, though. I guess I might as well. I'm definitely gonna find more of those. Terrified arrivals. Brissa. Hi. How to fight. What? These buttons set your current attack type, melee or melee weapon or missile. Yep. Click a foe to attack it. I mean, we kind of know that already, right? Someone has discarded some javelins on the floor ahead. Oh. Okay, again, I was getting ahead of the game. It's always satisfying to fling a few projectiles ahead before engaging a melee. When you attack, you will use your default weapon. This can be a melee weapon, like a sword, or a missile weapon, like a javelin or bow. Get the javelins and equip them. You can switch your default weapon by pressing its button to the lower left or by tapping S. Also, don't forget, you can always skip a character turn in combat by clicking the character or press the spacebar. Pressing the spacebar, right. That is true. Are you telling me to attack these terrified people? Because I don't want to. Hello? The Avernites built something down here, a crude stone structure that was then left to crumble. 4 people fresh from the surface are hiding in the ruins. They look like ordinary people, farmers and merchants, who angered some Empire lord or said the wrong thing when the wrong person was listening. Now they are trapped in the underworld for the rest of their lives, empty-handed and terrified. Only one of them seems to have kept her self-control. She is a young, stocky woman. She holds a crude spear in her trembling hands. Who is there? When she gets a look at you, she lowers the spear slightly. You're not one of the thugs, are you? Well, I mean, we're different thugs, for all you know. I am Brissa. Are you trapped down here like us? I mean, everyone down here is trapped down here. Interestingly, the game does not let me answer her question. So I guess we assume that we agree, that we confirm that we are. How did you come to be here? The others? She looks at the 3 cowering in the corner. I don't know. They're barely able to talk. As for me, I suppose that I was disloyal to the Empire. Yeah, I mean, big surprise there. Will they be alright? Perhaps if we can get out of these caves and get them a moment's safety. How were you disloyal? Is that really important now? She winces. I refused to give one of their mayors my favor. He decided to take his own petty revenge, and I would not speak of it further. Okay, that's cool. All this fighting is wearing me down. Can you help me? I mean, I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm gonna offer her my help instead. I would not beg a stranger for aid, except that our situation is desperate. There is a cretin down here. His name is Lagran, and he has a pack of brigands and thugs to help him. We can't escape this basement while he blocks the exit. I can't fight him off. I need your help. Can you give it? I will help you for pay. I mean, I should be looking out for myself. But, I mean, as in asking for some form of recompense. I mean, I typically want to play the goody two-shoes, you know, just doing good for the sake of it. But if they can give me something in return, I won't turn it down. But, I mean, they probably don't have anything of worth, so I'm just gonna help them. I mean, it's in our own best interest to take out Lagran and his thugs anyway, so sure. She nods and looks at the others. For the first time, they look up at you, emerging a tiny bit from the catatonia. I thank you. I knew from the moment I saw you that you were a warrior with honor. We will wait here. She returns to standing guard and watching over the others. Okay, cool. I mean, there's always a chance that we'll end up getting some kind of reward anyway, even if we're not specifically asking for one. The people in the... Really? Oh, okay. I was thinking that the game only now gave me an introduction to these people here, but no. The people in the ruined building left 2 flasks of liquid on the table. Perhaps a gift for you. Perhaps a bribe to mollify the thugs ahead. These potions might help you if you have to fight your way out. Right. I mean, okay. I'll take them. We haven't used the potions we started with, but Can certainly use more. Why? Oh, because they get added to her derp. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the fact that it doesn't default to my main character, but the one that is currently selected. That's okay. Is there anything else I might be able to loot or pick up? Not seeing anything. After your meeting with Lagran, I guess I can't really decide how to pronounce his name. Lagran, you aren't surprised to find these people waiting for you. 3 humans who have teamed up with 2 Nephilim. They smirk and raise their blades as you step into the dim light of their fire. As the reek of burning fungus assaults your nose, one of them says, "Well, you knew this was coming. Lagran let us know that what was happening. I hope you're ready. At least you won't be in this pit much longer." Back for our lives? Maybe as a way to distract them and fool them. Lower their guard, but I'm not sure this is what the game's going for here. Won't be in this pit? You mean we can't escape? You know what? We know exactly what they want to do. There's no need to talk any further. The thugs honestly thought they would hear you talk and plead. They weren't expecting someone who would actually fight back. Your charge catches them by surprise. Hey, nice. Does it actually, though? Well, didn't really make use of my advantage here, if I had one. Oh, this guy's almost dead. That's annoying. What can we do? Shields nearby allies. Enemy blows have a lower chance of hitting and will do less damage. Nearby allies, though. Well, I guess I'm gonna move close to them. Okay, it's actually a pretty generous radius, I suppose. Let's see. Daze confuses nearby enemies. Again, affects an area, though? Oh, okay. So you are allowed to target manually. Nice. They're all dazed except for this one. That's cool. Wow, we're wrecking these guys. This should count as a backstab, right? Yes. Nice. And, well, I would like to... Let's see if I move here. Yeah, that takes like double AP or something to move near an enemy. I'm just gonna attack this one. Oh no, I missed. Well, doesn't matter. Ultimately, nice. Finish them without a single attack on their part. Awesome. Right, you get your shield now. Pick up this armor. You get boots. Is it just... Oh, another crude short sword. Wait, is this different? It looks different. It does deal less damage. Okay, well, it's still better than a dagger, though. Even though not by much. Well, it's a bit better. Oh wait, there is... Well, you really need to be super close to items to pick them up. You move cautiously down the corridor. You are past Legrand's thugs. I did it again. Lagran's thugs. But their leader is still ahead, and without his key, you doubt you will be able to escape this pit. This is a good time if you haven't already to save your game. Well, I was just thinking about that. Quick save? No. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that's actually... Okay. F4 is quick load, but you have to double tap that to actually reload. So it's not as bad to have both of these so close to another. Because F3 is quick save, in case that wasn't clear. There he is. Can we sneak past? Well, yeah. Although he's not hostile yet, so the game doesn't actually allow us to attack him, I don't think. We can manually enter combat mode, but we cannot attack non-hostile entities. Okay. Welp. Okay, sure. Let's hear him out. Does not talk to us yet? Yes. Now he does. You round the corner and come face to face with Lagran, a petty thug with delusions of grandeur. When he gets a good look at you, he realizes that perhaps his plan to build a new empire within Avernum is not going to work out. And yet he doesn't give in. He stands between you and the locked gate leading to the exit and snarls at you. You notice dark stains around his mouth. Perhaps he has eaten something recently that is tinkering with his brain. He points his blade at you. You got past my warriors? And what? They are dead? Well, I will get more. The Empire sends down more killers every day. Avernum won't take them, but I will. You notice that he is holding something in his offhand, but you can't tell what it is. Just surrender. No, I still have the key. I can't start again once you are dead. I won't let them throw me into the abyss. Come on. He charges you. His warriors seeing no other option, regretfully follow him. Okay, I mean, I just started combat manually, interestingly. So I guess I secured my advantage there. Interesting that it seems like the game often has quite the delay before it forces you into combat mode. Anyway, okay, this guy's pretty tough. Maybe we should take out his helpers first, or I could go for another daze. Oh. I mean, it's not gonna be that bad. I'm gonna shield everyone again, and I'm gonna yeah, daze everyone. Okay, actually, all but this guy got dazed. Wow. Cascade took some heavy damage. I didn't really see it happening. Oh, 10 points of physical damage. 6 blocked, okay. Yeah, I mean, our max hit points are kind of low, of course, being level 1. So it's not that surprising. Backstab from the front. Don't worry about it. I guess we're gonna... Do I need to heal yet? I don't think so. I'm gonna deal some magical damage here. And in fact use my fireball for the first time. 22 damage, yeah? Okay, it's a bit more than his bow attack. Lagran is wounded. He's bleeding and exhausted. No, you will not stop me. I have one thing. I smuggled... He raises his left hand and you can see that he is holding a glass globe. Goodbye, fool. Enjoy your new life of servitude. He smashes the globe against the floor. A cloud of lavender smoke spreads out, choking you, confusing you. Lagran turns and runs toward the gate, the key in his hand. We're actually confused? That sucks. Lagran has a free path to the exit gate. He puts his key in the keyhole, turns and shoves the iron bars. The moment they are open a few inches, he slides through and runs upstairs. You immediately hear a commotion coming from above. Okay, well that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks that he actually got away. I don't know if it didn't say that he locked the gate from the outside, which I guess is good to know. If he actually didn't. Oh wow, okay. Good one shot there. Okay. I mean, these guys don't have a lot of hit points. That's definitely good to know. Not enough to one-shot them here, but that's okay. They actually completely missed us, I guess. Or just didn't deal any damage. Yeah, so they didn't miss, but we took no damage because... shield... Huh, no, that's weird. Only reduces damage by 10. I don't know. Oh, I didn't realize it was her turn. But that's fine. Worked out alright. Okay, so now what? Now we're down here. But the gate is actually open. Okay, never mind. Everything's good. Silver necklace. Yeah. We're just gonna sell this, since it's not magical. Thanks, though. We got more reds. I mean, obviously we're going to fully loot this place before we exit. Actually, because we're about to return to a safe place, might as well check out the effectiveness of this healing spell. What was that? 22. Okay. It's alright, I guess. Oh, I completely missed that red there. Sorry, Red, didn't mean to be disrespectful. Yeah, I mean... It's interesting, though, that the game does allow you to exit combat mode even when there are still enemies around. Except as soon as the enemy gets their next turn, they will probably re-engage combat mode. But I seem to vaguely remember being able to exploit this engine to some extent to, I don't know, sneak my way across around enemies sometimes into places I shouldn't be. We'll see if that's actually a thing that I can and will do again. Get more of these crystals here. This is where Lagran was standing before. Healing herbs. Ooh, okay. Can be converted into potions. Good to know. Right. We can also eat food items to heal for tiny amounts of damage. I don't know. Sheet of papyrus. Scroll radiate ice. Okay. Well, bars of iron, heavy, but worth some money. So I'm definitely gonna take them. Let's see here. Effects nearby foes. I mean, I don't know if the effectiveness of spells is at all influenced by the user's spell. I don't know, intelligence spell casting abilities. But I'm gonna give those to my mages anyway, my spellcasters. Also, before actually stepping out of this first map, I'm going to make a cut. We're going to explore the, well, it's not really the surface actually. Hang on a second. Okay, they're not worth anything. Whatever. We're going to start exploring the main part of the Avernum caves, the actual Avernum caves, next time, and see what happened to Lagran. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.